Why is queer theory often so confusing for teens? Imagine trying to solve a puzzle where some pieces are missing or don't seem to fit. That's what learning about queer theory can feel like for many teenagers. It's a way of thinking about gender and sexuality that questions what society often assumes is normal. Instead of fixed categories, it suggests that identities are more like shapes that can change and overlap. This idea can be hard to grasp, especially when you are still figuring out who you are. Queer theory started in the 1990s as a way to challenge traditional ideas about gender and who people love. It doesn't give clear labels or simple answers. Instead, it asks us to think about how society influences what we believe about ourselves and others. For teens, this can be confusing because it often uses academic words like heteronormativity, which means the idea that being heterosexual is the default or normal. It also talks about cisgender, which means a person's gender matches the sex they were born with. These words might be new or unfamiliar, making the ideas seem more complicated. Another reason queer theory can be confusing is that it questions what many people have been taught growing up. It challenges the idea that gender and sexuality are fixed or natural. Instead, it says they are shaped by culture, history, and social rules. This can make teens feel unsure about what they've learned from family, school, or media. It also asks us to think about how other parts of identity like race, class, and culture intersect with gender and sexuality. That adds even more layers to understand. Plus, queer theory doesn't offer simple labels or quick solutions. It encourages questioning and exploring ideas about who we are and how we relate to others. For teens who are still discovering themselves, this can feel overwhelming or even unsettling. It's a lot to take in when your brain is already busy with change and growth. However, understanding queer theory can be helpful for LGBTQ+ teens. It can give them words and ideas to describe their feelings and experiences that don't fit traditional categories. It can help them see their identities as valid and flexible. But because it's complex, it's important that resources and educational tools explain these ideas in simple, clear ways. Supportive discussions and accessible language can make a big difference. In the end, queer theory is confusing for many teens because it challenges what they've been told about gender and sexuality. It uses complex ideas and words that aren't part of everyday talk. And teens are in a stage of life where they're figuring out who they are. When these ideas are explained with patience and care, they can become a helpful way to understand and celebrate diverse identities.